Alright, Bass Pro. So far I've had to repaint the entire trailer because the original paint started cracking and rust started popping up. The wheels started rusting around the rims, so I had to repaint those. So now that we've done that, these lights, first time you back them in the water, if you don't unscrew the lenses and rinse them out and spray them with WD-40 every time, don't count on them to last more than a few months to a year. If you're in the salt water, you're going to be lucky to get 3 or 4 months out of them. So I ordered some good sealed LED ones. Take these off. We're going to replace them. Let's get our license plate off of here so it's out of the way. These are 7/16. Alright, so here's how Bass Pro does theirs. Crimps with heat shrink. So if anywhere from here down to the light could be bad. Looks like the wire's okay, but water just comes right in here. And then it gets up in there and it sits there and it just corrodes everything. The only way to rinse these out is to maybe pop this bottom lens for the license plate light and spray water up in there, but maybe unscrew these. But are you going to take this apart every time you go fishing to rinse it out and spray it with WD-40? Maybe you will. I'm not gonna. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this right here. We're gonna get rid of this, and I'm not even gonna take this apart because I know it's corroded. The other one is super corroded too. Let's look at our wire here. You can tell if you're getting water up in your wiring. So now we're gonna look at the other side. I'm gonna strip it. Okay, now you see that black? That means you're getting water into your wire. So that black, you're not gonna be able to solder this. It would appear that we've got a couple feet, so I'm just gonna start cutting this back until I find clean copper. Okay, it's still black. I got about a foot to work with here. All right, so now we're starting to get to the cleaner copper. All right, so I'm gonna go about another 4 inches. All right, so we went down about a foot and we found clean copper. So we're gonna go ahead and strip the other one. It's got a little bit of black to it. The water was starting to get up in there. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you how to prevent that. So what I do is I take my cutters and I just drag them across the wire like this. Scrape it up. Don't pinch down, don't cut the wire. Okay? That just roughs the wire up a little bit so it'll take the solder better. Okay, so this side is ready to be soldered and repaired. So I like to go ahead, get my heat shrinks. Gonna need 2 for each side. Just roll it with your fingers like that. And this way my heat shrink will be waiting. I always put the black on the left and the red on the right. I don't know why I do that. It's just what I do. Not that there's any polarity here. These things ground right to the frame. Sliding my heat shrinks up there. I'm gonna solder this. I'm not gonna use a crimp connector. I've got crimp connectors. I'm gonna solder these, okay? So even if water gets into that heat shrink, I'm gonna put tape on it, then heat shrink it. And even if water gets in, they're soldered. So they're not gonna come apart. We're not gonna get a bad connection. Once they're soldered, they're soldered. So these are ready. And I'm just gonna tuck them in here so my heat shrink doesn't fall off. All right, got us some lights. Now this is a set I've used before. What I like about these is they have stainless hardware in addition to being watertight. These are all sealed. This stuff is all sealed. You can't unscrew these or have water leak into them. I have seen water leak into them a couple of times. It's not really that bad though because the LEDs inside are also sealed. This wiring is obvious. This is our ground. These are the ground as well. These are attached to the ground in there, but we still always put a lug from this onto there. And for that, I'm going to use this. And we're going to heat shrink it and just put it behind one of the mounting bolts so that we know we have a ground. Now this is the one that has the license plate on it. And you're going to make sure these wires go through that groove so that they don't get pinched behind the light. Put these wires in the groove. Take your license plate, bracket, and get it to where it pins them down. Okay, so I'm going to put one on now. I just want one to hold it while I'm working. These are lock nuts. Get that nice and tight. I'm going to lay these down on the trailer here. And we're just going to scrape these wires like so. And then flip it over, scrape them again until you see fresh copper. It's going to take a minute to tin these because they're not perfectly clean, but be perseverant, they'll tin up. Take our yellow, and we're just going to twist the one around the other. So we're going to fold this one over. Winston, come here, over here. Okay, so that one's tinned up nice. So what I like to do is cut a little bit of this frayed end off and then open these up, wrap tape, and then heat shrink over the tape. The tape is almost like an adhesive. So we're going to cut these little frayed ends off here. So this is a nice smooth, and then I just fold it over. Whichever wire is softer. Usually it's the new wire. Just fold it over like that. This is how you're going to make these last. Now these wire connections might not last but 2 or 3 years because water gets in. These lights will. That's the thing. You buy these, you buy them, they probably last 5 years, and then the LEDs burn out. They seal these at the factory, and then they put them in a tank, and then they pressurize them to make sure that they're not leaking. So I've had really good luck with them. Hopefully you will too. Take off your tape. Don't have that big old roll in your hand because it's hard to get around it. And just start off on one side, wrap it nice and tight. Make sure your wire's laying flat. Do this 3 passes. Okay, there's 2. Okay, there's 3. 3 passes around a wire like this takes about 6 inches of tape. Start about an inch to the left, work your way around. Where you bend it over, make sure you pin that down on your first pass. Now this is why I used a little bit bigger heat shrink, because I have this tape here. If you use the smaller heat shrink, you're going to be jonesing because it won't fit over it. So we just slide our heat shrink over that tape and get it centered. Like I said, it's not going to be 100% sealed. You're never going to get this connection 100%. You can smear caulking on it, 5200 on it, but water's going to find its way in. So just make sure you got a soldered connection. Don't crimp them, solder them. Take it nice and slow because you want your heat shrink to fully wrap around that wire. You don't want it to fold over. Don't get too close. Okay, this is going to sound crazy. I'm going to go over it one more time with tape. It's just the way I like to do it. Get over the ends of those heat shrinked areas. Okay, so now that's extra protected. That's not keeping the water out. That's keeping it from rubbing on the inside of the frame. Heat shrink is never going to seal. Water's finding its way through the first time it hits it. This heat shrink is to squeeze down on this tape that's inside there and make a seal. It's not to seal this. Heat shrink doesn't seal. I don't care if you buy the best heat shrink there is. It doesn't seal underwater. It only protects your connection from dirt and abrasion, and it just makes things look nice. If it's underwater, your heat shrink's not going to keep that water out. If I were to take a spray bottle and spray this with water, on the heat shrink, yeah, sure, it will keep it out. But once it goes underwater, all bets are off. So now, this is gonna go up into the frame of the trailer. We don't want it falling out. So now is when you can go wild with your tape. The roll and just go to town. Tape this all up. I'm gonna show you what you don't wanna do. Okay? You don't wanna go over the end and make a cap. Because what's gonna happen here is you'll get water inside there and it'll trap it. So you don't want to go over the end and make like a seal, because that's going to create a chamber. This way, if any water comes in, it's going to leak right back out again. Okay, so now we're going to take this, slide it right up into the frame. That should stay in there. Then we're going to bring our ground around through the hole that they provide right here. Okay. I'm going to put my heat shrink on here. It's not necessary 100%, but it just looks a little better. And then I'm going to wrap a little tape around that. There we go. So now we got a nice ground lug. Okay, you can scrape this so that it gets a good ground. And you know, you might have to replace that every couple years or so. We're going to catch it under the nut. Just like so. Okay, I'm going to push it over like this so it's not going to catch on anything. Got me a bent license plate. I don't know what happened. Somebody might have backed into it at the ramp, so straighten that out. Don't want to give the popo any reason to pull you over. Okay, now I'm just going to make it a little bit harder for someone to steal my plate. You're going to have to sit there with a screwdriver for a little while. Make themselves obvious. There we go. It's nice and solid. I'm just going to tape it lightly around the other wires. I'm not using any zip ties here. This stuff's all going up into the frame. You'll never see it again until you have to repair it. Okay. Alright, so now we have that all complete. You have yourself one nice solid light. For all intents and purposes in Florida, you know, I always say you're going to get 3 years out of this without having to mess with it. 3 years is good. A couple hours of soldering and, you know, splicing. Now every other time you do this, you're going to have to replace the wiring harness. So what you want to do is, what I'll do, you'll probably want to do it too. Next time I need new light, I'll just order the one that has the harness in it, and then I'll just replace the harness. So this time it's got the new harness. It's only a year old. Hope you guys learned how easy this is. You don't need to take it to a trailer shop. You don't need to pay anybody to do it. Just take your time. You probably have all the tools. Amazon has all the parts. These lights were actually only $16 on Amazon, so you can't beat that. All right, guys, peace.